Brilliant, that's all set up. So again, welcome to the Gloji Energy webinar. This webinar is about supporting families to live healthier lifestyles. So my name's Chloe. I am the Child Weight Management Lead here at 1U Lincolnshire, supporting the Gloji Energy team. And today I'm also joined by my colleague Flora.
Hi everybody. Hi everybody. My name is Flora Cook. I am the Referral and Outreach Officer for our Gloji Energy team. So just working with the children's programmes essentially.
Thank you, Flora. So today's session, a lot of you may or may not have already heard about our 12-week programme that is set to help children who are above a healthy weight. But today we're here to talk about our 6-week programme. So this is a healthy lifestyle programme, and that's aimed at something slightly different, which I will get onto in just a moment. So we're going to discuss the programme. We're also going to talk about having those conversations with families and how we can discuss these things, and how to help families get signed up as well. And then a briefly mention on up and coming programmes as well. So what are the aims of our healthy lifestyle programme then? So the overall aim is to support families to be as happy and as healthy as possible. We really want to make a difference to the whole life, to all the whole family all together. We also have aims around increasing children's fruit and vegetable intake, increasing their activity levels, so making sure that they're getting the 60 minutes of activity a day, and also improving their family and the children's well-being as well. So they're the aims for our programme. So who is our programme for then? So the criteria for our programme is for children aged 4 to 12. We also want to help children who would benefit from making positive changes to their physical activity, their well-being and their nutrition. And we also want to make sure that we're reaching out to the children in the greatest needs. So in the way that we try and do that is we try and support children who are either receiving free school meals or live in certain locations or postcodes across the county. So they're the postcodes of highest deprivation. We support children who live, attend a school or are registered at a GP within Lincolnshire, and also the family needs to be motivated to make those small changes to take part in our programme. So what does our service offer? So as I mentioned, we've got a 6-week programme, and what happens to be able to get referred into there, you use a sign-up form, which we'll discuss later. They're referred into our service and they get a welcome phone call from Flora. And we discuss with the family about the programme, tell them a little bit more information, and also get to know the family as well. They then move on to their weekly group sessions. These are 60 minutes long and they're with around 12 other families that are joined up at the same time. And they are set out in a sort of a form where the children get to take part in a physical activity, whether that's trampolining, dodgeball, clubber-size, boxer-size, roller skating, rock climbing. There's lots of variety. So the children take part in an activity while the parents are taking part in a lifestyle workshop with one of our Gloji coaches. The children then rejoin the group at the end of their activity with their parents, and we do a fun activity based on what we've been learning, whether that be sort of a bush tucker trial or some meal planning or making a healthy snack. We make healthy pizzas and also yogurt bark as well during the programme. And then the 6th and final session is a one-to-one appointment, and this is what we call our next adventure. Gives the family an opportunity to see how they've got on with the programme, and also set some 3 really important missions to help keep up their healthy habits. We then meet up with them again at 6 and 12 months to do a follow-up appointment where we continue to set those really helpful missions so they can continue to work towards their healthy habits. So what topics do we cover? So within the 5 group sessions, we sort of are based around our 4 pillars, which are nutrition, movement, mind and sleep. And throughout those, we cover things like habits and habit stacking. We talk about balanced eating, how we can get more fruit and vegetables in our diet, and also how they can tackle fussy eating. We talk about snacking, eating on a budget and meal planning. We talk about the sugars within our diets, eating on a budget, and brushing our teeth and sleep routines. And we also talk about how we can get more physical activity within our family, and touch on well-being as well. So that's the programme sort of in a nutshell. So I shall move on to Flora. Thank you, Flora. Sorry, Flora, I think you're on mute.
It wouldn't be a Teams call or a webinar of some sort if someone wasn't on mute at some point. But yes, as Chloe explained, a big part of my role is talking to new parents onto the programme, and also triaging them through the process, just chatting to them. So it's something that I get to do a lot, and also as my background as a children's nurse, having conversations with families about health topics is something I've come across a lot. So in terms of finding ways to suggest the programme to families, or looking at ways that you can start those initial conversations, it may not be as initially tricky as working onto one of our kind of program which focuses on children with a healthy weight, because you don't necessarily have to broach the topic about weight at all. Not that we would suggest doing that anyway. Similarly to that, what we would focus on is ask, so if you've got a parent in front of you that's saying, God, little Johnny just will not eat any of his fruit and vegetables, you can't get him to have any vegetables with his evening meals, it's about trying to frame the question and frame the conversation about focusing on the child's health. So asking them, have you thought about how vegetables might be able to improve his health, or have you ever been worried about that kind of thing? And it's just about asking open-ended questions, trying to think of ways you can suggest it, and then going on to suggest how Gloji Energy might be able to help. Another great one is to talk about the fact that it's free. So it's a completely council funded service. So people who are looking to try and get their children and family moving more, but just don't have the funds, it's another great option for them. And another good one is that we see so often, as it's mentioned up at that top left corner, is about screen time, because we know that young people these days are attached to their phones for good reason sometimes, because that is where their main source of resource and safety can be. But it's just trying to set those boundaries. So again, he seems to be attached to his phone or gaming. That's when you can start to introduce, perhaps, oh, have you heard of Gloji Energy? They can start to look at these types of things, in these family workshops. So in terms of ways that we could look to help you if you are interested, because I know we've got a variety of people on from a variety of different settings today. We've gone out to staff meetings to present about our programme, both the Healthy Lifestyle programme and our Child Weight Management programme. We've done presentations in school assemblies and workshops, so getting the kids up and enjoying kind of an activity to get them chatting about it too. We've done classroom workshops with smaller groups, as well as kind of more taster sessions. So after school, getting the parents involved as well as the children, seeing what they want to do. In terms of kind of different settings, so GPs, more medical settings, we've done a lot of kind of pop-up stalls and wellbeing mornings where we can have a chat to patients as they come in. Perhaps it might be a flu vaccine clinic is a great time, because you obviously have the paediatric clinics. A great time to catch families as they're popping in, and also those are great clinics to come on the back of, because the children are essentially healthy, not coming in with a huge problem, and it's a great time to chat about their health in general. And also we've done GP drop-in clinics, so kind of setting up a little table and setting up kind of small appointments for parents to have a chat about their health of their kids as well. So all of those are available should you want it. So how to sign up? So there's a couple of ways. Parents can actually sign up directly through to us. So if I move on to here, so they can actually pick up the phone today and ring our phone number and come straight through to myself or a member of the team and refer over the phone here and now. That's absolutely fine. Another thing they could do, as it shows on that picture, is if they go to the website, there's a small yellow button that says sign up, they can click on that. all of those options and every single service across One New Lincolnshire is on there, but as it's demonstrating there, if you go to the bottom, it talks about Gloji Energy. You click on that and it will take you through the form, and that comes directly through to our inbox, and we aim to call people back within 48 hours of receiving their referral. The other way that you can sign up is you can complete the form on their behalf. So if it was something like a kind of IT issue or an access issue, that's not a problem at all. There is an option to complete a form on someone else's behalf as well. And then moving on. In terms of the success that we've shown, we're really pleased with how well it's gone so far. Obviously, it's a slightly newer programme than our child weight management programme, but we've helped almost 230 children, and of that, just under half have increased their fruit and vegetable intake. Almost half have increased their physical activity levels, and 56% have improved their overall well-being, which is brilliant. And you've just got some sound bites there of kind of parents and what they've said and how much they've enjoyed the programme. So we're really pleased with how it's going so far. And then over to Chloe, just have a chat about the groups that are coming up. So after the summer holidays.
Thank you, Flora. So yeah, we're nearly at the end, so we did say it would be nice and quick, but just to let you know the up and coming groups. So with our Healthy Lifestyle programme, we work with the school terms, so we do one every half term, and the next set will be starting in September now. So we've got plenty of time to get these families referred in. If a family does refer in early on, and obviously it's a couple of months until these programmes start, if they are looking for help sort of quite soon, we are willing to have sort of one-to-one phone calls with them to start moving towards their healthy habits as well. So that they don't have to wait until September to get going completely, but the programmes start in September. We've then got another set starting in November, and then so forth into 2025. So some really exciting groups getting ready to start. So that was a whistle-stop tour of our Healthy Lifestyle programme. I really hope you found it useful and feel that maybe you might be able to find some families that you can refer in, or you can point some families in our direction. I just wanted to open the floor and see if anyone had any questions they'd like to ask.
Or if it's easier and you don't feel comfortable coming off mute, do type it into the chat. That's not a problem at all.
Yes, of course. I've just seen that message in the chat. Yes, after this meeting, we will be sending out the recording and the presentation slides, and that'll have all our contact details on as well if you want to follow up meeting or want us to pop in to your organisation at all as well. So yeah, I'll send that forward. So that's a really good question. So is there any financial help for the families to get to the venues? Yes, is the answer. There is, if a family refer on to our service and they let us know that they might struggle to get to the venues, and we will be able to help them with transport to make sure that everyone can access our programme. Failing that, if they live quite far away from the venues, we do also have sort of an online offer just to help those that can't reach us, or sort of a one-to-one phone call help. But where as and when we can, that face-to-face group will be we'll make sure they can get there, definitely. Any other questions? Thank you for those so far. No worries if not. That is the end, and as I say, we will be sending everything over. If anyone wanted to wait around at the end to ask any questions, please feel free. But yeah, I'm glad we've got that wrapped up nice and quickly, so you can sort of carry on with your Thursday, or hopefully finish a little bit earlier potentially. So yes, thank you ever so much, everybody.
Thank you very much for listening.
No, that's correct. So unlike the adult service, there isn't a BMI eligibility. So this program is just to help those that aren't really struggling with their weight, but might be able, we can help benefit their healthy lifestyles or their lives in a different way. So particularly around the sort of that fruit and veg, the physical activity and the well-being. So I'm very pleased as well that you're very pleased that there isn't sort of that eligibility and it's sort of open to everyone. A lot more preventative, we hope. Thank you.